Hi parents, this is Miss Walters. Just wanted to create a short video for you so that you and I could be kind of on the same page with my expectations for your child. If you are getting this video, that is because your child is missing work or has not done an assignment and now it is late. Administration has asked that we have all grades turned in by this Friday. So I would hate to have to enter a 0 just simply because they didn't attach the link. So what I'm hoping is I can just walk you through really quickly, and then I'll also send this to the students that are missing assignments and hopefully kind of clear up any misunderstandings. So we were working in this program called CS First. This is curriculum produced by Google for Education. Excellent program. I gave a class code, students were asked to join, and then they would have access to all the curriculum. So in game design, this is actually an extension of what we were doing before spring break. Before spring break, your child had created a project in Scratch where they got to tell a story and kind of play with some animation. Then we move into the game design unit. You can see that this is more advanced. It includes 8 activities, and in total this unit should take 8 to 12 hours. So since there's 8 activities, that averages out to be about 45 to 60 minutes per lesson. So what we did is the students learned basic video game coding concepts by different types of games, including racing, platform, and launching. Week 1 we did racing. Week 2 we did a maze, and then this week what's due this Thursday is the platform game. So we skipped the first one because that just kind of goes into what is computer science. It was just kind of a repeat of what we had already learned, and then went straight into the racing game. So your child was supposed to click racing game, and the curriculum walks them step by step. It shows them how to open the starter project, how to move the sprite, how to move the sprite more smoothly, and then some fun add-ons, and then it asks them a reflection question. Then it tells them, let's wrap up the racing game, shows them how to share their project, and then how to show their project to their teacher. So you press start. And it says, how do you open up the starter project? So she goes in and for about 2 minutes tells you all about racing games and kind of just popular games and what computer science is. And then over here you see the instructions. Open the starter project, remix the project, sign into Scratch. Then they can click racing game project. So for this one you would just click the racing game, and that brings them into another website called Scratch. And so you would want to make sure that your child signs in, because if they do any work here, notice that it's going to be in the curriculum. So what they want you to do, and they explain this in the video, is to click remix. And so by remixing it, it now can be shared and the project is saved in my account. So you can see my username is .walters. And so that's really important. But what's great about using the starter project is they're given a background, 2 sprites, and the code. And if you watch the video, it demonstrates step by step how to do it. But for this project, it was pretty simple. They just brought over a key that when the, let's say, left arrow is pressed, I want the elephant to turn left by 15 degrees. Notice that when I do that, I press the green flag and I click the left arrow, the elephant starts turning to the left and rotates in a circle. 2 other keys are the only thing your student needed to put on there, a right arrow and a up arrow. And so again, just moving that block over, changing this to a right arrow, and clicking motion again, and then turning right by 15 degrees. So notice that now I can turn left, I can turn right, and the only key left to do is to move forward. And the video will show them that. That's all they needed to do for this project, and they could have 100 in the grade book. So once they have finished the coding and the elephant can navigate, I'll just go ahead, since it's so simple, I'll put when the up arrow pressed, I want you to move 10 steps. Notice that I can move forward, I can turn, and now I'm navigating around the racetrack. So let's say I wanted to share this project with Miss Walters. So I'm going to go to See Project Page. Sorry, my internet's going really slow. All the girls are on it. But I ultimately want to share this project. So because I am working on a project in Scratch and I have not shared it yet, that means I'm the only one who can see it. I have to click the share button to let everyone see it. And so before I do that, I'm actually going to delete the text that's in the instructions, and I'm going to tell the player, please press the right arrow to turn right, etc., so that the player knows how to play. Then I'm going to give it a name, maybe just Walter's Racing Game. And then I just simply click share. Now when I share this project, you're going to see a message that comes up that says, congratulations, you are sharing your project. Other people can now try it out, give comments, and remix it. That means that I, as their teacher, can actually see their project. So what I would do then is I would copy the URL, Command C. I go into Google Classroom. I find where that assignment was. Notice the due date was April 9th. Then in a student preview, I would be able to see a plus sign, and I would simply click the plus sign and copy the link and press turned in. And that's all your child needs to do for the racing game. Then the second week of online instruction, we went into the maze game. Same idea. I'm getting a little bit more complicated, adding a couple of additional blocks of code where you have essentially a game where there's, for this one, it's a space game. You click on the rocket, the obstacle, the meteorite starts spinning. Now the sprite is following the mouse, and if I get to the planet or the goal, it initiates the sound in a message. Okay, so that's all they needed to do. Notice that if I look inside the code, it's a little bit more complicated. The rocket's the only one that has a lot of code because the rocket was the main one that was moving. Notice that it's a forever loop, so that as long as that mouse is moving, it's going to be following the mouse. And then if it does happen to touch one of the meteorites, it's going to go back to the starting position. Okay, so that was all for week 2. Next up we had, for this week, which is due Thursday, is the platform game. Same concept, you go to, same concept, you go press the start button, and you watch the corresponding videos, and it should again take about 45 minutes to complete. So notice it says an intro and design, use events to make the sprite jump, move the sprite left and right, and then if it hits the goal, have it, make a sound or change something. And so I'll show you the one that I created for students as an example. And so I did one with a monkey and called it Monkey Business. And essentially, for this particular game, the monkey is going to begin at the starting position, and as I press the space arrow, notice that he falls down, he can jump, and then if I press the right arrow and the space, he can jump to the platforms, and then ultimately he gets to the bananas, says yippee, and peels the banana. And so that's all that's due for this week. So again, please encourage